Karoline Leavitt was used to the fast-paced, high-stakes world of politics. As a rising conservative voice, she navigated media appearances, debates, and public scrutiny with confidence. But nothing had prepared her for the unexpected twist that would change everything. One evening, after wrapping up a heated discussion on national television, she received a message from an unknown number. "We need to talk. Urgent. Meet me at the Capitol steps at midnight. Trust me, your career, and more, depends on it." Against her better judgment, curiosity got the best of her. She arrived at the steps, the cold air biting at her skin. That's when she saw him, a man in his late 20s, dressed in a worn leather jacket, his face partially hidden under a hood. "Karoline Leavitt?" he asked, his voice low. "Who are you?" she responded cautiously. "Nathan Carter, and I have something that will shake Washington to its core." She should have walked away. She should have ignored him. But something in his voice told her this was serious. And just like that, her life changed forever. Nathan handed her a flash drive. "This contains information that some very powerful people don't want the public to see." Karoline hesitated. "Why should I trust you?" "Because if I wanted to harm you, I wouldn't have warned you first," Nathan replied. Back in her apartment, she inserted the flash drive into her laptop. As she scrolled through the documents, her heart pounded. There were emails, financial records, and classified reports, evidence of corruption, manipulation, and hidden agendas. She looked at Nathan. "If this is real, you just handed me a political grenade." "That's why I need your help," he said. "You're one of the few people with the platform and courage to expose the truth." Karoline knew she was standing at a crossroads. If she exposed this, she would gain powerful enemies. But if she stayed silent, she would be complicit, and Karoline Leavitt was not one to stay silent. Karoline spent the next few days verifying the documents. Everything checked out. This was real, but she wasn't the only one who knew. Strange cars appeared outside her apartment at odd hours. Her phone calls started to drop unexpectedly. And one night, as she walked home from a meeting, she felt eyes on her. Nathan called her. "They know you have the files. We have to move fast." "How bad is this?" she asked. "Let's just say, if they think you're a threat, they will do everything to stop you." For the first time in her life, Karoline felt real fear. But fear wouldn't stop her. Truth was more important than safety. Karoline and Nathan decided on their strategy. They would release the least sensitive information first, testing the waters. Nathan uploaded a small portion to an independent news site. Within hours, it was trending. Major news outlets started asking questions. Some politicians scrambled to deny the claims. That night, Karoline's car alarm went off. When she checked, the windows were shattered and a note was left inside. "Stop now. This is your only warning." Nathan clenched his jaw. "They're getting desperate." Karoline took a deep breath. "Good. That means we're close to something big." As the leaks continued, Karoline found herself caught between allies and enemies. Some people she trusted started distancing themselves. Others warned her to back down. Then one evening, she received a call from an anonymous number. "Your friend Nathan isn't who he says he is." Karoline's blood ran cold. Had she been working with a traitor? She confronted Nathan. "Are you hiding something from me?" Nathan hesitated. "There's more to this than I told you, but I swear I'm on your side." Could she trust him? There was only one way to find out. The pressure mounted. Karoline and Nathan were being followed. Their homes were watched. Their movements were tracked. One night, as they were meeting in a quiet cafe, Nathan's face suddenly paled. "We need to leave. Now." They slipped out the back door just as two men in suits entered, scanning the room. Running through the dark streets, Karoline turned to Nathan. "What are we going to do?" "We finish this," he said, "no matter the cost." The final piece of evidence was in their hands. It was undeniable, explosive. "We have to take this to the press," Nathan urged. Karoline nodded. "But we need to be smart about it." They contacted a trusted journalist and arranged a secret meeting. The journalist's eyes widened as he read the documents. "This will change everything." "That's the plan," Karoline said. But just as they were about to publish, an unexpected call came through. "If you release this, you won't live to see the morning." Karoline sat in her dimly lit apartment, staring at the encrypted files on her laptop screen. Nathan paced back and forth, running a hand through his hair. "We can't delay this any longer," he said. The longer we wait, the more dangerous it gets. Karoline exhaled slowly. I know, but once we release this, there's no going back. Our lives will never be the same. Nathan stopped pacing and turned to her. They already aren't. Karoline knew he was right. Ever since they had uncovered the truth, every step they took had been shadowed by unseen forces. Their phones were tapped. Their movements were monitored. They had received threats, warnings, and even bribes to make them stop. But stopping was not an option. We do it tonight, Karoline finally said, but we need a contingency plan in case something happens to us. Nathan nodded. He had already arranged for the files to be sent to multiple journalists, whistleblowers, and even a few foreign media outlets. If something happened to them, the truth would still get out. As Karoline pressed the final key to send the first wave of documents, she felt a strange sense of calm. No matter what happened next, they had done their part, but they had no idea just how far their enemies would go to stop them. That night, as they waited for the news to break, Karoline received an unexpected message. Meet me at the old train station, alone. It's urgent. The message was from someone inside the system, someone she had trusted. Nathan frowned as he read it. This could be a trap. Or it could be someone trying to help us, Karoline countered. Against Nathan's protests, Karoline decided to go. She arrived at the station, the air thick with tension. A single figure stood under the flickering streetlight. You shouldn't have come, the voice said. Karoline stepped closer. Then why did you call me? The figure hesitated. Because you need to know. You've been betrayed. Karoline's blood ran cold. By who? The answer shattered her. Nathan. Karoline's mind raced. Had she been working with a traitor all along? Had Nathan played her from the beginning? She turned to leave, but headlights suddenly flooded the station. Black SUVs screeched to a halt. Armed men jumped out. Run! The informant yelled. Karoline sprinted through the alleyways, her heart pounding. She didn't know who to trust anymore. She made it back to her apartment only to find it ransacked. The files gone, and Nathan was waiting for her. We need to talk, he said, his expression unreadable. Karoline reached for the nearest object, a heavy bookend, ready to defend herself. You sold me out. Nathan raised his hands. Number, I swear I didn't. But there's something I didn't tell you. She hesitated. The files weren't just about corruption, Nathan said. They were about something bigger, something that could destroy governments. And now we're in more danger than ever. Karoline sat in silence, her pulse still racing. What do you mean, something bigger? What's in those files, Nathan? Nathan took a deep breath. The corruption we uncovered, it's not just political, it's global. A network of power, money, and control that spans beyond anything we imagine. Karoline's stomach tightened. And now they have the files. Not all of them, Nathan said with a smirk. He pulled out a small USB drive from his jacket. I always keep a backup. Relief flooded Karoline, but it was short-lived. The sound of footsteps echoed outside. They had been found. We need to leave. Now, Nathan said. They slipped out the back, disappearing into the night, knowing that their fight was far from over, because the truth was still out there, and they would be the ones to reveal it. And that's it. We've reached the end of another captivating story. Today we witnessed Karoline Leavitt's struggle in a world full of secrets. The truth always has a way of coming to light, and sometimes revealing it takes courage. But remember, even in the darkest moments, a light can shine through. So what do you think? If you were in Karoline's shoes, what would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss it together. If this story excited you, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notifications so you never miss the latest stories. See you in the next video with more mystery, intrigue, and inspiring tales. Take care and never stop chasing the truth.